Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Alex Show TV. This episode is from August the 8th of the year 2025. Today's a Friday. Today's show is going to be an interesting one. The Book of Enoch. This is a subject I like very much. If you haven't read the Book of Enoch, I strongly suggest you read it at least once. It's a great read. And of course, there's this issue that the Book of Enoch was taken out of the Bible in a council out there in the year 325 in Rome, that apparently they say this book is not, God is telling us this book shouldn't be in the Bible. And a lot of books were taken out, 67 if I remember correctly, but the Book of Enoch and the Lost Gospel of Thomas, which we're going to talk about next Friday, yes, as we continue on this trend. For me, for sure, they are the two most important books that were taken out of the Bible. The strange thing about Enoch is spoken in the Bible a lot, plenty. I mean, so you'll be surprised why his book was taken out. Apparently because they say it's fake. That was the argument, that there's no proof that Enoch wrote this scripture himself, and there's no way of telling who wrote it. And so we don't like the information. We are not certain of its authenticity, and we're going to take it out. In a nutshell, before we see a support video that kind of explains the Book of Enoch, what I believe the Book of Enoch is about the Anunnaki story, about the story of these beings that arrived from a planet called Nibiru. That is, I've shared as much that I don't think it's a planet. I think it's a spaceship, actually, because it doesn't behave in normal ways of a planet. It basically goes where it wants to go. So it looks to me something controlled, something artificial. And they arrive in this, whatever, planet, spaceship, asteroid system even, because it says it has its own moons and suns and a black sun and a lot of things. And they arrive into planet Earth to mix with humans. They were especially attracted to our women. And as these beings came from the skies, that's why they were probably in the Book of Enoch, and in general speaking, they were seen as coming from the skies, coming from the heavens, because they literally came from the sky as they were arriving. And for me, it's clear cut. This is the story of the Anunnaki, okay, of Enki, of Enlil, etc., on how they eventually mixed up with us, creating hybrids. And the Book of Enoch references to the Anunnaki as the Watchers, okay? That's the term, apparently, in some sort of fallen angel style of reference, okay? Let's watch the support video together. I think it's quite complete. I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this very short Friday episode on the Book of Enoch, a very interesting topic. And I strongly suggest, if you haven't read the Book of Enoch, it's a great read. It's available online, very easy, on a PDF form. And something tells me you're going to enjoy it. Let's watch the video together.
The Book of Enoch mentions mysterious creatures that fallen angels created, the concept of abominations standing out as particularly significant. Abominations in the context of the Book of Enoch typically refer to egregious acts or occurrences that are considered deeply offensive to divine order. These acts are often depicted as violations of God's will, transgressions that disrupt the harmony of creation. The significance of abominations within the Book of Enoch lies in their illustrative role in demonstrating the consequences of moral and spiritual failures. By highlighting these transgressions, the text seeks to underscore the importance of adhering to divine laws, presenting abominations as cautionary tales intended to guide both ancient and contemporary readers towards a path of righteousness. For example, one of the most vivid illustrations of abominations in the book is the tale of the Watchers, a group of fallen angels who descend to Earth and engage in forbidden relationships with human women, leading to the birth of the Nephilim. This act is portrayed as a direct affront to divine order and is depicted as one of the catalysts for the ensuing chaos and destruction, such as the Great Flood. In a more modern context, the book's themes find echoes in the discussions around ethical breaches in society. Consider the abominations as paralleled in the environmental degradation perpetrated through excessive exploitation of natural resources. Such acts are viewed by many as violations against the earth, inviting severe consequences much like those warned of in Enoch. Another real-world example is the moral debate around technological advancements, such as genetic engineering, which some argue could lead to unintended and abominable consequences, reminiscent of the hybrid beings mentioned in the Book of Enoch. Scholars and theologians who view the Book of Enoch as a valuable text argue that it offers unique insights into early Jewish thought and provides a vivid narrative that complements canonical scriptures. They appreciate its role in broadening the understanding of the spiritual worldview of the time. Despite its insights, the Book of Enoch and its depiction of abominations are not without controversy. Its exclusion from the canonical Bible raises questions about its authenticity and authority. Some argue that its apocalyptic themes are exaggerated and should not be taken literally, viewing them instead as allegorical tales designed to communicate deeper ethical truths. The exploration of abominations in the Book of Enoch connects to broader themes within the book, such as the tension between divine justice and mercy, the nature of sin, and the ultimate fate of the righteous and the wicked. It serves as a narrative thread that binds these themes together, emphasizing the intricate relationship between human actions and cosmic consequences. Through the lens of abominations, readers are encouraged to reflect on the moral and spiritual dimensions of their actions and the broader impact they have on the world, making this concept a pivotal aspect of the book.
Okay, as I said, this 3-minute support video is great in giving us some insight of the Book of Enoch, which, as I share, I think the most important part is shares the Anunnaki story. Also, there's this line that this side story, in a way, that Enoch himself was involved with the Anunnaki, with the fallen angels, with the Watchers, and that Enoch is the great-grandfather of Noah from the Ark of Noah and Noah's Ark. I'm sorry, that Noah's Ark, and that apparently they share before the Great Flood these blueprints how to create this spaceship instead of an ark. So the story is not correct apparently. So he can save, flora and fauna from planet Earth. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Again, all of these stories seem to be riddles, inside mazes, inside confusion, inside. So I want to clarify, I'm no expert, and even if I was, I couldn't tell you for sure what happened. Okay, I could give you my interpretation of these scriptures, of these books, of all of this information, what my intuition is telling me. Okay, and the very nice part of the Book of Enoch is what was shared on the support video, that also makes reference to all of these things we do in this very dense reality, especially going against Mother Earth, nature, and things that right now are very in vogue as far as, climate change and, and how we're changing the weather and that. No, we're being horrible to nature. And it's not recent. It's not the last 100 years with fossil fuels. We always have been like that, and the Book of Enoch makes reference to that. Okay, and that's what we need to change. That's the change in humanity. That's the change. That's the expansion that is going on with humanity right now. We're learning a new way to how to behave, or for a new way, a new way to have different actions, especially against nature or with nature. Okay, we're going to harmonize. We're going to find harmony with nature, and that's going to happen. That's the only way we can stay in this planet. And I think the Book of Enoch made reference to the many things that humans have done throughout history for thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of years. This story has been going on. It's far beyond what mainstream history will present to us. I mean, the story with Anunnaki is at least 500,000 years old, and it's not as accepted as, it's considered science fiction. Whatever the Book of Enoch shares is considered science fiction. Even in religious standards, it's not in the Bible, it's considered fake, it's considered, it's not real, okay? So I think this book presents the moral dilemma that as humans, we need to behave differently. That's it. We need to change. We need to change. We need to evolve. We need to mature. We need to stop being children that destroy whatever their own playground, which is planet Earth, and become adults that take care of it, that harmonize with it, that doesn't tax it so much. So I'm not a believer in climate change and that. I'm not concerned about Earth, because Earth is Earth is really gonna heal very quickly as soon as we stop poisoning it. Okay. What I believe is that we, for thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years, have not understand that same as what native people will say, especially people, for example, from Australia or people, the Hopi tribe from the US, that basically you don't go against nature. You work with nature. You cherish nature. You appreciate nature. You are not going to take from the land eventually all the time and then just expect the land is going to take it. Okay. It's just not going to work. That's not the type of relationship we have. I think the Book of Enoch touches that, touches about our own nature, that we really don't see beyond humanity's own good. And we say we care about other species and we say we care about planet Earth, but do we really care, or we are just afraid that if we don't take care of it, then there's not going to be no planet Earth to take advantage of? So that's the story for me of the Book of Enoch. It's really a two-side story. One is clear-cut, the story of the Anunnaki coming to Earth, having an influence in humans, mixing up with humans, particularly because they were attracted to all women. And the second part is this morality story on how we need to change. And it's a very, very modern, very, they say New Age is the old age. I think the Book of Enoch is very in vogue right now, that we really need to do something different. Can we agree with that? Even if you maybe think we're taking good care of the environment of planet Earth, are we really gonna continue just to really use Earth like that? And there's gonna be a tipping point eventually. Okay, so the good news is that I'm totally not only optimistic, I'm totally sure that we eventually we're gonna learn how to live with Earth, and we're gonna learn how to harmonize with flora and fauna, and really just be one with nature. Just be one with nature like that, and we are going to be fine. So I hope you enjoy. If you haven't read the Book of Enoch, it's certainly a recommended read, but if you feel it's going to upset you, your religious beliefs, then maybe don't do it. There's a very strong reason it's not part of the Bible, and because it's not connected to the other books that were available on the Bible. It's just very strong read. It's very to the point. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this short Friday episode. If everything's okay, I should see you back on Friday. We're gonna talk about the lost Gospel of Thomas. It's also called the Secret Book of Thomas, several names. This is related in a way, but it's a different spin on this book that was also taken out of the Bible for their own reasons. And for me, this one is, the Lost Gospel of Thomas is really where the goods are delivered. So I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover your true self. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and to serve others. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover your true self? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to the universe. Simply ask, who am I? Where do I come from? What is my purpose? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs, and signals. You will notice how your notions about this reality start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering your true self equals to real freedom. Your self-imposed limits will fall and you will be ready to understand this reality, but you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will set up a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, lust, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions are only your egoic mind and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It's very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Thank you very much for watching. Please share, like, and subscribe. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@thealexshow.tv. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.thealexshow.tv. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.